Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I posted. I'm even struggling to just start this video. Probably been like 6 months since I last posted, so I thought it would be good for this video just to catch you up on things and explain a bit why I ended up taking such a long break. So life just got very overwhelming. It just got harder and harder to pick up the camera after I had paused from doing it for so long. At the end of last year, around October, my partner got offered a job to work in DC. We live in Victoria, Canada. He's a dual citizen, so he got a job in America and he moved there in November. And it was just a really, really busy time. Anyone that moves knows that it can just take over your life. But we were selling everything. We sold all our furniture, and it was so much admin and helping him move to the other side of the country. And I was just adjusting to the new setup, settling into the move, and then December hit and I was really busy with markets. Me and my friend organized a market, which I didn't end up filming anything of, but it was a really fun experience, but it was a lot of work. And that sort of happened, and then immediately I had to go back home to the UK, which wasn't planned at all. My brother had to have a pretty serious operation that came out of the blue. So I went home to be with my family, and I'm really, really grateful that I was able to. It was over Christmas and my brother was in hospital, so it was a weird time. Still in recovery, but it's going really well. But I ended up spending 3 weeks in the UK, which again wasn't planned. At that point I hadn't seen my partner for 2 months, so then I went to DC. And then I came back to Victoria in February. And February ended up being quite a hard month. I think I had been quite chill about everything, all the changes that were happening and all the unexpected family stuff that happened. And then February, it all hit me and I struggled through the month a bit. I was pretty anxious and yeah, just adjusting to the change. I have also been really struggling to find more illustration work. I guess if you're new here, I am a freelance illustrator and graphic designer, and I've been doing that full time for the last couple of years. And this year, I wasn't really set up how I normally have been for when January comes and it's just a lot quieter. I think in the past I've had projects lined up and not realized how much of a hit it would take by not having something lined up. So February I had a little bit of work, but not enough. And I have just been feeling pretty stressed about it. I think normally I would like to share that process of finding art directors and cold emailing art directors and finding other work, because that is such a big aspect of my job anyway. But because things have been feeling quite unstable, I just wasn't in a place to again pick up my camera. But there's so many different avenues I've been going down to find more work. So if you are interested in a video like that of where I explain all the different things I've been doing, please leave me a comment, let me know. And it is something that I would be interested in sharing with you guys if you are interested in hearing about it. So it's March now and I've been feeling a bit better, and it feels like a new leaf has turned over. I am just a bit less panicky. I'm feeling the kind of rewards of putting in a lot of effort in the last couple of months. Just hydrate because That was a lot of talking. The other thing that I decided to do now that I will be like traveling back and forth from DC to here, I moved out of my studio. I'm subletting it for the year and my friend's going to be able to use it. So I'm really excited for her that she gets a space that she can create in and that it's going to go to good use while I'm not there. The other reason I decided to do that is because I do have a art residency opportunity starting in April in Victoria that is in a co-working space, and it's for 3 months. So I just don't really need the studio. It just financially didn't really make sense to me. So I've let that go. I had one last job in it in February. I worked on a mural, which I honestly was meant to finish before the end of the year, but I kept having to delay it. And it's a mural for a winery up in Saanich. It was a really fun mural to work on. I was grateful that I was able to do it in my studio, be in like a space I was comfortable in. The winery is really cool, the branding's really fun, the imagery is really cheerful, which I think I just like needed at the time. There's bright colors. It got me very excited for summer, and I definitely appreciated having this project on the go while I was like struggling to get other work, because it just like kept me a bit grounded. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out.
And once they can say that if you haven't figured out 5:30, then you're doing well. I'm also here waving the flag for those of us in the 30s.
So it hasn't been all bad. I'm back in DC now and I'm really enjoying exploring a different city. It's really fun just being in a really big city. Like Victoria is tiny and sometimes you like can really feel that, but here there's just like so many people and the buildings are massive, the architecture is so grand, everything is much older, so there's just a bit more charm. And I'm feeling like really inspired being here. We've been blessed with some really sunny days, so it's been nice just being able to walk around and take it all in. The other really cool thing about DC are the Smithsonian museums and galleries, which are all free to attend. And I've been really reveling in the fact that I can go to an art gallery, spend like a few hours there and not have to panic about seeing everything that's in there and being able to go back. It was my birthday last week and it literally torrential rained like all day, but I ran to the metro and got the train to the Smithsonian American Art Museum, and I just like spent hours wandering around and enjoying all the different exhibitions. I also went to an exhibition called Pictures of Belonging, which I actually went to when I was there in January, and I loved it so much. I don't think I had felt so inspired in such a long time, and it was really cool that I just got to go back and check it out again. It was an exhibition about 3 women artists who were of Japanese descent living in America, and they were really well known from the 30s. There was one artist, her art was so inspiring to me. At first, I was really drawn to her compositions and her style, the subject matters she was choosing. In World War II, she was imprisoned at Central Utah Relocation Center. During her time there, she started a magazine along with other artists called Trek, and she illustrated the covers and the inside pages, and she also worked on the camp newspaper Topaz Times, and it was really cool to see her illustration work. Her work was recognized by the San Francisco Chronicle, and when she was still in these encampments, they were commissioning her for work. And then she ended up getting a commission that gave her the opportunity to be able to leave the encampments and live in New York, and that's where she lived for the rest of her life. She wrote and illustrated a graphic novel called Citizen 13660 a few years after she was out of the encampments, and it was all about her time there. And so I was able to pick up that book, and yeah, I'm really excited to read it. Also, as a birthday present, I treated myself to a risograph workshop. The workshop was really fun. It was put on by East City Arts, I think is what it's called. They also organize a risograph fair and a book fair, which is pretty cool. The workshop was really fun. I think it was a bit basic for like how much I already know about risograph. Like I use it a lot in my work. I've just like never used the machines itself, and I wanted to learn how to use them, but it was quite basic understanding of how to use them. Like you just kind of clicked a few buttons and it worked, but I know there is like more involved than just that. The workshop itself just didn't really go that in depth. Definitely fun to do though, and we got to print one of our illustrations, so I came away with a few prints. Another thing I've been enjoying while being here is that I've been drawing in my sketchbook a lot more. I have just really become less precious about it, and I'm going to like when I was at the gallery, and I've been going to the park because it's been sunny, and just drawing as quickly as I can, not really expecting to get a really beautiful piece out of it, but just drawing to try and like capture everything that I'm seeing. Normally I get quite panicked when I do that because I'm like overwhelmed by how like stimulating everything is around me and how much I want to be able to put it on paper. But I've just been letting go a bit and being like, look, the more you draw, the more you're gonna like get out of it. So that's us caught up. I'm hoping to be more frequent again on here. I think I learned last year some ways of how not to film for like these vlogs. I think before I was just filming everything that I could think of and that I enjoyed filming, and then when it came to editing it would just take such a long time. So now I'm just trying to be a bit more intentional and just like letting go of that feeling that I have to capture every single thing that I see that I like I can't show everything. But I did think it would be fun to end each video now sharing with you 3 things that I've just been enjoying recently. If it's a book, if it's a film, if it's a recipe. I've been thinking about starting a Substack where that's like part of the newsletter, but I think just to get back on track with YouTube, I'm not going to start a Substack yet. I do see that happening in the future, but I thought it would be, why not just do that format on here? So the 3 things I'm enjoying right now. The first one is a film. It is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I watched it last night. It's sort of a dark fantasy twist on the story, but it is stop motion animation, which I always just find so inspiring. I love watching and just thinking about like how much work went into creating the animation. It really is just like a masterpiece. The second are these books that I picked up from the free library in one of the neighborhoods around here. I really like this insects one because I just love the like layout and composition choices. I like the mix of photography and illustration and then the boxed images. And then this is Leo the Late Bloomer, and there's just some really beautiful, simple illustrations. And then finally, the third is a little shout out to a YouTuber called Hadley Queen. She posts really motivational YouTube videos, like all about different ways to stay inspired. And I also really love her style, and just I think we have a lot of similarities there. So yeah, if you want to check out another artist YouTube vlog, I endorse you to watch her. She's really cool. So those are the 3 things that I've been enjoying recently. If you would like to share with me what you've been enjoying, leave me a little comment. And if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe. I hope that you're happy I'm back. And I will hopefully post again soon. Thank you for watching for the entirety, and yeah, have a great day. See ya.